Happy Monday! Welcome back to our group. All right, last week you all and I worked on prefixes. The prefixes in, un, dis, and miss, where in, un, and dis all mean not, but miss means bad or badly. So I'm glad you mastered those and did a great job. So now we're ready to move on to some more prefixes, those chunks that come at the beginning of a word that help change the meaning of a root word. All right, so I'm going to show you this week. What I decided to do is I'm going to show you some words, and I want you to determine, what do you think the group for the prefix is. We've got pre-season. Go ahead and repeat these after me. Pre-season, pre-war, prehistoric, precede, prefix, prepare, predict, preface, preposition. What do all of these words have in common? They all have a PRE at the beginning. So I'm going to put this heading up top. The heading is called pre. That prefix, or that chunk that comes at the beginning of a word, means before. So for example, pre-season means the season before, or before the season, excuse me. The next one, pre-war, would mean before war. Okay, prehistoric would mean before something that happened a long time ago in history. So before some historic things have happened. Okay, in looking down, we have lots of words that have pre. I want you to think about that when you are sorting your words. Let's look at another column. Oh, before we move to the other column, let's look at these last two words down here. Preface and preposition. These have the prefix PRE, but they don't say preface and preposition. They say pre. And I want you to note that, because when you hear it, the proper way to say it is preface and preposition. Okay? This means preface is a section in the beginning of a book. So it's before we read something that's in a book. It's before we read something. It doesn't really mean a face before, but it's before we read something that's in a book. Okay? Also, preposition is before something that comes before a position. So, for example, up a hill. Up is the preposition because it comes before, it tells where you are, the position of someone. In the house. So, in is the preposition because it tells us before, it tells us where the person is in the house, or where the character would be in the house. So a preposition, it means before, but it just is not pronounced like pre. Okay, so let's look at some more words. Forethought. Go ahead and repeat after me. Forethought, forward, forefathers, foretell, foresight, foreman. Okay, what do all of these have in common? Good. They all have an F-O-R-E at the beginning. That prefix means before. Go ahead and make sure that you have written before on your pre-header and before on your for-header. So this one means a thought that happens before. Forward. This is a section in a book that's written before you read it. So it's a section in the beginning of the book before you read the words. Forefathers. These are men or fathers, but men and fathers who came before us. All right? Let's look at the next section. We have post-season, post-war, post-test, post-date, and postpone. These words all have post at the beginning. So I'm going to put the post column there. Post means after. So go ahead and write that on your header. So post-season would mean after the season. Post-war would mean after the war. Post-test would mean after the test. So that's how it can help you understand these words if you know what the prefixes mean. All right, last column here. Afterthought, afterward, aftertaste, afternoon. All right. After is the prefix that goes with this word, with these words. So after just means after. That's going to be very easy to remember. All right. So afterthought would be a thought that comes after something that's happened. Okay. Please, as you are sorting yours, please make sure that you think about what each of these words mean. Okay, it's not just about do you know which prefix goes, how to sort by the prefix, but it is about you deciding if you know what these words mean. So as you're sorting, think about, say the words out loud and think about what you think they mean. Okay, then come back and check.